There are times in history when the forces of injustice surge to power. This is one of those times. Young or old, rich or poor, male or female or in between, black or white, brown, red or yellow, gay, lesbian or bi, straight, cisgender or transgender, Christian or Jew or Muslim, Hindu, Wiccan or Buddhist, disabled or able-bodied. This is the time when bigotry and injustice must be met with the unstoppable strength of diversity, so that all Americans can know the fulfillment of the American promise. The promise that all Americans can live free with dignity. The promise that all Americans can live free with the same chances of a better future for ourselves and our children. The promise that all Americans can live free to practice the religion of our choice and of our ancestors. The promise that all Americans can live free from violence. The plain, simple promise that we can all just live free. The American promise will not be broken by those who feel they are superior. From sea to shining sea, from the mountain tops of the Rockies and Appalachians to the valleys of wheat and corn, from the Great Lakes to the southern swamps, we must rise up, arm in arm, shoulder to shoulder, and with one clear, undeniable voice simply say, no. We will say no to police shooting unarmed black people. We will say no to discrimination of LGBTQ people. We will say no to ripping apart the families of undocumented people. We will say no to denigrating other religions. We will say no to the poisoning of Mother Earth. We will say no to these things and more because we know it is the right thing to do. In unison, we will say no. We will look injustice in the eye, and with determined resolution in our hearts, we will say no. Water cannons are not strong enough to extinguish our light. Gas bombs are not strong enough to choke our resolve. Rubber bullets are not strong enough to pierce the armor of peaceful resistance. Let the king be crowned on a white throne of intolerance, knowing he will be vehemently opposed from the moment of his coronation. The king will find no peace. The king will find no quarter. The king will find no refuge from the onslaught of humanity besieging his golden tower. My brothers, sisters, and gender non-conforming siblings, there is something we must do at all times, no matter how angry they make us. I share your anger, and it is justified. But at all times, we must remain peaceful. It will be hard to resist the urge to take up arms. It will be hard to resist harming other human beings, but it is paramount to our success that we not succumb to our baser instincts. We will not give up our core values by raising a single fist. We will not give up our core values of life being precious. We will not give up our core values that love conquers hate. I can't hate them for being who they are because they too are my brothers and sisters. Instead, my heart is heavy because I know they can be so much more. Within each of us is the innate ability to rise above barbarity. Deep down, each of us knows which paths are of light and which paths are of darkness. But with defiant love, we can change their paths by standing in solidarity in the light of truth and justice. As Martin Luther King told us, let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. It will not be easy. Some of us may get arrested. Some of us may get beaten. Some of us may even die. Putting ourselves in harm's way in the name of all that is good and fair and just. This is what true nonviolent resistance means. What we will not do is feed them justification for increased brutality. We will not escalate a cycle of violence. It is not enough to sit idly by either. It is not enough to just keep your heads down and hope they don't come for you. It is not enough to go about your day as if everything is normal, because it is truly not. We will not stay in our closets or hide in our homes. We will not confine ourselves to our churches, synagogues, and mosques. We will gather, organize, and act. Each of us has a part to play in the resistance. We will be front and center. We will be visible. We will protest in the city centers. We will sit in the Capitol buildings and city halls. We will fill the courthouse galleries. We will chain ourselves together and block the streets. They will feel our disdain. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuge of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. From that lamp shines unquestionable freedom. From that lamp shines unquenchable justice. From that lamp shines the overwhelming light which will cast out bigotry and racism. So raise your lights high so that dark hearts might find the truth. Together, as one diverse nation, we will build a world where love and tolerance prevails.